Hi, everybody. We just had a major earthquake in Haiti. So, Haiti is on the island of Hispaniola in the Caribbean. The island is home to both Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and it has about 22 million people. So, this is a really big deal. It was a magnitude 7.2 earthquake. Of course, that is a preliminary magnitude, so it may change. That just means that as we get more data and information, we may update it to reflect the newest findings. Regardless, this is a big earthquake. It released a lot of energy and it was on land. It looks like I'm not necessarily an expert on this area, but it appears to be on the Enriquillo Fault Zone, which is the same area that had the magnitude 7.0 earthquake in 2010. Now, that was an extremely devastating event, killed many, many, many people. Many, many homes and businesses were destroyed, lots of issues with infrastructure. So, the reports that are coming out of Haiti are showing that there is a lot of damage. We expect that there will be damage from this earthquake, partially because of the construction in the region. So, lots of homes and buildings in that area are made out of concrete blocks, which is really, really great for hurricanes. And as we know, the Caribbean has lots and lots of hurricanes. They're not so great for earthquakes. So, concrete buildings are very rigid. They're very strong, but they're very inflexible. So when the earthquake waves come through, they give the ground an upwards push, a sideways thrust, a downward drop, and then a sideways push in the other direction. Concrete buildings just can't withstand all of these different types of motion, and so they tend to break, fall, fail, and collapse. Um, we're thinking about the people of Haiti, hoping and praying that everything is okay. A little bit about the tectonics of that area. So the island of Hispaniola sits on part of the Caribbean plate, and in this area, the Caribbean plate is broken up into four microplates. And I'm going to be checking my notes over here. And so we have lots of different kinds of boundaries in this area. So, as you might recall, the surface of the earth is covered by a thin skin of rock called the crust, which is broken up into these big pieces that are moving around very slowly over the surface. The place where these pieces come together are the places where we have the most earthquakes. The Caribbean region is very, very complicated because we have lots of different boundaries. In some places, the plates are coming together. One is sliding underneath the other. That's a subduction zone boundary. Those are the ones that create really big earthquakes and tsunamis. So we're glad it's not on that boundary, although that has happened in the past. And this area has been devastated by tsunamis in the past. Luckily, this was on land, luckily, on a different type of boundary, which is a strike slip boundary. And this is where one block of rock is sliding past another block. And so you have horizontal motion. This is again, the type of fault that the 2010 earthquake occurred on. This is an oblique part of the subduction zone. Um, there aren't, let me see, a series of earthquakes occurred on the Enriquillo fault zone from 1751 to 1770. So limited history suggests there's a recurrence interval of 240 years for major earthquakes or series of earthquakes on the Enriquillo fault zone. So this area has had lots of earthquakes in the past. With an earthquake of this size, we do expect there to be aftershocks that we can feel. So everyone there, please be safe. If there are structures that are compromised, please don't go into those structures. We want to make sure that you are as safe as possible. So for the folks in the Caribbean that have felt the shaking, it's very, very frightening. And, there is a tropical storm headed your way. Please, please be safe. Please be careful. Know that we are thinking of you. Okay. Take care, everybody. I kind of hope I don't have to talk to you soon. Okay. Let's just let this be over. Deal with the aftershock sequence. Stay safe.